Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you these triggers. Previously, a couple days ago, I did part 1 to the triggers set, and it was the most basic triggers I could think of. Now we're going to move on to part 2, the not so basic. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is the pulse trigger, the second one. So I'm going to hit edit, and I'm going to edit the object. And now I'm going to get the pulse. What I want to do is I want it to change to black, and then I want to change it back to its original color. Now this sounds really hard, a lot of copying and pasting to get it to the original color, but actually all you need to do is get a pulse. And I want it to change black, so I'm going to hit black. And now fade in is how long it's going to take to change to black. Hold is how long it's going to be black, and fade out is how long it's going to take to change back to the original color. So fade in, I'm just gonna say 0. Hold, I'm going to say 0.1 and 0. And also have to hit channel ID, so right there, and you want to hit the plus and make it BG, kind of like the BG trigger or the color trigger, and watch. As you saw, it did that. So that's pretty cool. So that's pretty much it for the pulse trigger. Next up is the rotate trigger right here. So what I want to do is I'm going to take this square and this triangle. And I want the triangle, I want it to go right here. So it looks like you have to go through the bottom, and then suddenly it rotates around the square and goes down here. So I'll show you how to do that. So go into rotate, and you want to edit the object. Now target group ID is what you want to rotate, and center group ID is what you want it to rotate around. So I'm just going to say 1 and 2. Now move times how fast it's going to take. I'm just going to stick with 0.5. So degrees is how many degrees you want it to go around the center. So, and if it goes more than 360 degrees, you can just say how many times you want it to go around here. Okay, so degrees, I want it to go 180 degrees, because if you don't know, there's 360 degrees in a full rotation. So then what you want to do is you want to get the triangle. That's the thing you want. You want to add group ID 1. Then the square. Of course, that's the center, so it's group ID 2. And watch. It just moves around like that. So yeah, that's really good. And it looks like you could crash into it if you look like this. So that's how the rotate trigger works. Next up is we're going to be doing the follow trigger right here. So this is the the target group ID is what you want it to follow, and the follow group ID is what it should follow. So I'm just going to say 3 and 4. Yeah, okay. So all of this stuff, it's kind of complicated. I just normally just stick with it, and it normally acts pretty good. So now I'm going to say I want this square to follow this square. So I'm going to make this group 4, because that's the one I wanted to follow. And this square, this is the thing that I want this is the square I want to actually make it follow. So what I'm going to do, I showed you the move trigger last time, so I'm not going to go through a tutorial how this works, but I'm going to make this group 5, move time 50, I guess, move X 40. Now I'm going to make this group 5, and now watch. They follow each other. So that's basically how the follow trigger works. So yeah, that's pretty much how it's supposed to work. So the next one is this spawn trigger right here. So to do a spawn trigger, we're going to edit this object, and we're going to make the group ID 1. And we're going to make this touch triggered. Now what we're going to do, we're going to get a move trigger here. And what a spawn trigger does is once you touch the spawn trigger, that's when it's going to that's when it's going to activate the move trigger. So we're going to make the move trigger target group 2. Move time, I'm just going to stick with the move time. Move Y 20, I guess. So now I'm going to take this. I'm going to assign it to the group of the move trigger. And I'm going to assign the move trigger to the group of the spawn trigger. So then what we're going to do, we're going to edit this and we'll make this spawn triggered. And now, if we hit it, it immediately moves up. Hit it, and it moves up. So that's really good, but if we don't hit it, it never moves up. So that's the way a spawn trigger actually works. So don't need that anymore. So now what we're going to do is the next one, and the final one is the count trigger. Now, so to do the count, what we're going to do is we're going to get 3 keys. So here they are. So I'm going to put one here, and one here, and there's going to be a coin right here. So I'm going to take that coin. I want this coin to be group 1. And now I'm going to take these and edit special right up here. And this is one of the few ones where you can actually edit in special. So we're going to pick up item and item ID 1. Now, you may be thinking the coin is group 1. But group IDs and item IDs are different, so it's not going to affect a single thing. Now, in the count trigger, what we're going to do is target ID with the coins, that's going to be 1. And the item ID is the keys, so that's going to be 1. And the target count is how many we want to count. We're going to activate group. So now what's going to happen is we're going to go into triggers, and we're going to find that O right here. And we're going to put it right up here, I guess. So we're going to edit special. I'm going to make this group 1. And now it says C equals 1. Now it's starting to get good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get out ourselves a toggle trigger. I'm going to put that right there. We're going to group ID 1. That means that the coin will disappear. Now, what's going to happen, but since we did the count trigger, that means, watch. So the coin's gone since we only got 1, but if we get all 3, the coin appears. So that's how the count triggers work. And also, that is all of the triggers. So guys, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave a like. And comment. And bye.